This video is all about how to pick a broker. We're going to be talking about the 3 different types, the pros and cons of each, and which one is right for you. Stay tuned. What's going on, man? It's your boy Jay Reed, and I'm back with another video. If this is your first time here, my name is Jabari Reed. I'm a realtor and investor here in the Atlanta area. This channel is all about real estate, credit, and finance. So if that's something that you're into, subscribe, and you'll learn how to triple your wealth this year through real estate investing. This video is the new agent guide on how to pick a broker. We will evaluate each broker on 3 different categories. That's going to be your commission splits, your education/training, and your marketing/support and leads. So let's get into the first one. So the first category of brokers that we're going to be talking about is going to be your big name commercial brokers, your franchises. I'm talking about your Keller Williams, your Century 21, your Remax, and your Metro brokers. Big name brokers like these have many benefits. First being brand recognition. I can't tell you how many times a client has hired me as their realtor simply because they have trust in the company that I work for. They've never done me what They may have never done business with me. However, they've done business with someone that's a part of my company, or they may know someone who has done business with someone that's a part of my company. One of the downsides is that there can be a lot of competition for clients. Brokerages like these usually generate a whole lot of leads. So whether it be call in or email or even people walking into the branch, what you have to do as an agent is find out how that brokerage distributes those clients. Figure out what they do and how they give those clients to different agents in the office. In general, these large brokerages will have really good training systems. They will have really good programs to teach new agents exactly what they need in order to be successful with real estate in their first year. These systems usually take a lot of time and money to produce, so it's a great benefit for new agents. Because of these fine-tuned systems, the large amount of leads, and the very in-depth training process, these brokerages will usually charge a higher commission split. So let's break down commission splits very quickly. So generally, as an agent or a realtor, you'll bring home 3% of the total sales price of a home. So if a home is $100,000, your 3% cut of that will be $3,000. Now, out of that 3%, that is where the commission split comes into place. So whether it's a 70-30, a 65-35, or a 60-40. That means usually, let's take 70-30 for example. That means out of that $3,000, you will get to keep 70% of that, and your broker will get the other 30% of that. Now remember, we are independent contractors, which means there is no tax taken out of our checks. So from that $3,000, you're already getting only 70% of that, and then I suggest you take another 30% of that and put that away for your taxes. I hope that makes sense. So generally, big name brokerages will be at about 70-30, but in some cases, I've even seen 65-35 or even 60-40, which means out of that $3,000 for a $100,000 sale, you will only be bringing home 60% of that. And because of this reason, that's why a lot of agents choose to go with our next option that we're going to be talking about. So your second option would be your boutique brokerages. These are like your mom and pop brokerages. Sometimes these can be your ultra luxury brokerages as well, or it may even be a small mom and pop team or a small family team that has been serving a community for a very long period of time. Where these brokerages won't have the super fine-tuned training systems that the larger brokerages have, what you will find is a more personal mentorship. So if you know someone that can coach you and really hold your hand and walk you through exactly what it is you need in order to be successful as an agent, this is a really good option. You will probably work with a small team in these type of brokerages, so everyone specializes in a particular task. So you may have someone who's specifically there to write contracts. You may have someone who takes on all the listings, someone who handles all of the buyers. Typically with boutique brokerages, you will have less leads and you will not have as much brand recognition generally. Now, like I said, if you're in a community where this one brokerages have been serving that community for a very long time, then of course you'll have that brand recognition. But just in general, you won't get a lot of leads and you won't have as many people knowing exactly what that company is. And for this reason alone, they usually charge lesser of a commission split. So what that means is you walk away with more money. So instead of it being a 60-40, you may be starting off at a 70-30. And it may only go up from there, 75-25, 80-20, sometimes up to 85-15. And the last brokerage that we're going to be talking about today are your virtual online brokers. Now, chances are you may have not even heard of most of these companies. I'll link some down below just so that you can check them out. But usually this is the type of brokerage that does everything online. They may have only one office, if that. They generally will not have any offices at all. Everything is done virtually or by phone. You usually won't get many leads from this brokerage, if any leads at all. There won't be any training system. There won't be any mandatory meetings. It's literally just you in your home office. There is no office to work from, which in turn means there's lower operating costs for this brokerage. So in general, you will keep a lot more money. A friend of mine is actually part of an online brokerage, and they just have a flat $300 fee per transaction. So she could sell $1 million house, or she could sell $100,000 house, and she's gonna have the same brokerage split, which is just a $300 fee that she pays to that brokerage. Now that can be really good for some people, but in most cases, these virtual brokerages usually start at about 85-15 and only get more lucrative for the agent from there. So now that we've broken down the 3 different types of brokerages, let's talk about which one is right for you. If you're a brand new agent, I mean completely new to real estate, don't know anyone in the game, don't have anyone that can personally mentor you, and you don't have any people who know you for being a real estate guy or girl, if it's just you and this is your first venture, then I would strongly suggest going into that big name commercial brokerage route. Don't let the big commission splits deter you. And that's because of all of the fine-tuned training and systems and all of the knowledge you will accumulate along with the leads. See, in my personal office, they have what's called the agent of the day. So for a particular day, all of the leads that come in will go to that particular agent, which can be very lucrative at times. On top of that, the trainings that you get, a lot of times you can't even put a dollar amount to. They walk you step by step on how to become a better agent. And lastly, on top of all of that, that brand recognition and trust is essential for someone who has no real estate experience. And that's because when you're first starting off, you're not gonna have much knowledge. Like, people won't trust you. However, if you're part of a big name company like Keller Williams or Century 21, people will have the trust in that company, and in turn that will trickle down to you. Now, if you have a decent sized client base, or maybe you've been in real estate for over a year or two, then one of those boutique brokerages may be for you. Along with, if you're a brand new agent but you know someone who works in one of these boutique brokerages, this may be a really good option. That's because you get to keep more of your commission splits, and you will have someone there who you trust, who's knowledgeable, who can walk you through step by step on what it is that it takes to become a successful agent. And lastly, virtual brokerages. Definitely not for everyone. The only people that I can see this being very beneficial for is if you have a really huge client base and you really only deal with the same clients over and over and over. Once you've gotten a large enough client base, a large enough phone book, these people will always reach out to you when they have real estate needs. So if you don't do any marketing or advertising to get new leads or attract new clients, if all of your clients already trust you and you've already worked with them before, along with if you already have a home office with everything you need, then the virtual brokerage might be for you. Personally, I've been in real estate for less than 2 years, so I'm still with a large franchise company. Yes, the commission splits are a little bit worse than some other options. However, I find benefit because of the training, the amount of leads, and the company recognition. So if this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with anyone who you think needs this information. And if you like this type of information, subscribe. It really goes a long way when it comes to showing your support and helping the channel, and it's completely free. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.